Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe, and if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I have a long story today and it has a couple of updates. You guys are always saying you don't update us. I finally have a good juicy story with a couple of updates, so buckle up. This is one of those stories, the more you read, the more you just get upset. So let's get started. My husband wants me to be a mother to his affair child. I, 29 female, and my husband, 44 male, have been together for 5 years and married for 2. First red flag. Anyways, I met him at the church I started going to when I moved cities to start my career. I work for an insurance company and he's a pastor. I know that we have a notable age gap, but he was always kind to me and made me feel special. Anyhow, a week ago, he came home and told me we needed to talk. He told me through tears that he had been having an affair with one of our community members, 34 female, and that she had been pregnant with twins. She had gone into labor. She and one of the twins died, and the other is in the NICU. He said we needed to step up and that he wants me to turn my office into a nursery and set up a cot in the room so we can take turns. I became distressed and told him I wanted some time to think, that I was not sure I wanted to do this. He told me that I made a vow to him in marriage and God had blessed us with a child, that this is our cross to bear and that God would never give us something we cannot handle. I told him it seemed God had given her more than she can handle because she had died. I know I should not have, but I was not thinking correctly. He slapped me and told me that I needed to serve my husband, that God had chosen me as this child's mother, and I need to be his humble servant. I just feel so strange. Yesterday, I cried so hard I threw up. This woman died, yet I feel bad for myself. I feel so ugly. I wanted children and was saving for IVF because I am infertile, but now that I have a chance to have a child and I do not want it, I feel like I'd be robbing its mother's grave. I prayed to God, but if I'm being honest, it's never felt like anyone was ever listening. I feel like I have truly seen my husband and he no longer looks kind. He looks his age and very tired. I want to abandon him and the child. I'm only 29. I can start over. I have a remote job. I can take a day off when he goes to the NICU, pack my essentials, and leave. Neither him nor the child deserve this. And although this is my circus, that is not my monkey. Somebody commented and said, love yourself and leave. And then OP replied saying, that's the hard part. I always have felt like I was never on anyone's radar, just their back burner. He made me feel special and loved, but this last week, I feel like I've seen past that. Although I was old enough to decide to be in an age gap relationship, I feel like he had no business being with someone my age. I'm 29 now, and I would feel wrong being with someone 24. I spent my whole life accepting second best, and now that one person who put me in first has now put me last, I feel like I just see it all now. I feel used. Then somebody else said, I'm a Christian and a preacher's kid. He's full of it. He made vows too. This is not your cross to bear. Then OP replied saying, I've kind of been thinking about that recently. I still love him because that doesn't leave overnight as much as I want to. This last week, I've just been thinking about what it will look like when the baby comes, the arguments we would even have in front of the child. I cannot pronounce that word, so I just skip it, y'all. The way he will use the fear of God to make them behave, I can't accept that. I was willing to accept that when it was just me. I'm not sure why, but I just can no longer accept this behavior. Another commenter said more info on the affair. He said that she had come to his office several times to seek spiritual counseling, and the affair just happened after many emotional sessions. The assistant pastor is aware of things according to my husband's version of events and has called me twice this week to offer help converting my office into a nursery. These people have a lot of audacity. He said that forgiveness is a virtue and this is a part of God's plan. God's plan is not to cheat and to fornicate outside of your marriage. I'm pretty sure in the Bible, I think people get stoned for that. Another commenter said, don't let him use religion to manipulate you. OP replied, that's it though. Looking past the situation itself, he doesn't care about me and only pretended to. I finally found someone who put me first and it was a lie. I feel like such a gullible idiot. A 39-year-old man was interested in a 24-year-old woman because they had the same interest? Really? I feel so stupid for not seeing it when I can so clearly see it now. And then she made an update. I just want to thank you for all the support. I'm still processing this and I just need a little time. I don't feel unsafe, just unloved, just not enough. My husband did apologize for slapping me and continues to express regret, but he can't take it back. Just as he cannot take back impregnating another woman, which ultimately killed her. I'm just feeling so disillusioned with my whole life right now. I know I should leave. I know that there is a world there that would not treat me like this, but I'm scared of change. I'm working on a plan to leave and getting my ducks in a row for when I'm ready to go, but I'm not sure when I will leave if I choose to. Many expressed that I should make a report to the police about him slapping me, and they're probably right, but that would likely cause me more problems than it would be worth. If I leave, it might make him want to contest the divorce more, and if I stay, it would cause more tension. I've been working on my left hook though, because I won't let him get away with it again. I'm not violent myself, but I'm down for a tussle because although I'm hurt, I'm angry. I'm not sure if there will be any update because I'm still unsure. I can make all the plans in the world, but the change scares me almost as much as bending to his will. I've been praying about it, but I see no clear answers or guidance. I don't know. Funny thing is, I'm jealous of the people saying that this is fake. It's like I want my life to be like it was 2 weeks ago. I could read a crazy story on the internet and think, wow, that's crazy, seems kind of fake, and keep scrolling and go about my life. Only I can't scroll away in life because that's just not how life works. I don't owe any proof of my life tragedies, least of all strangers on the internet who I'll never meet. I do thank all who have given support. I wish I could tell you I packed my bags and left, but I'm not strong enough to yet. It's not that easy to do in real life, as it turns out. 8 months later, she made another update. I left, if that's all you wanted to know. There it is. For those of you who are asking how the other woman died, I get it. I invited you into my business. It was an amniotic fluid embolism. I don't know much about those, but I guess when they happen, things go wrong really, really fast. We lived in a more rural area, so they just weren't ready for something like that to happen. I didn't leave right away, as I know that I should have. It just wasn't that easy. I stayed for 2 months. I knew if I did not at least try to make it work, I would not be able to live with it. Not because I wanted to save my marriage, but because what ifs keep me up at night enough as it is. I went to marriage counseling with my husband, but it was ultimately fruitless. Of course, it was Christian counseling. I felt like their goal was for me to forgive him rather than actually trying to help me. I was so utterly alone during this time. My parents and brother also very religious, so even though they weren't happy with my husband, they kept urging me to do what a good Christian wife would do. I spent so much time suffering in my own head that I began to realize that I was just going through the motions, doing what I thought people expected of me. I entered a state of derealization for a time, and that was an absolute mind F. The feeling of nothing being real, not even myself, was horrible. During this period, my husband brought his baby home, and while he tried to split the care 50-50 at first, he ultimately didn't trust me to look after the baby because I was lost in space, so he ended up being the primary provider. When I was with the baby, all I could think about was how its existence ruined my life. It would look at me with big blue eyes, and I would just wish it would disappear. I would actively spend time resenting a baby. There was a time when I was thinking to myself, and I wished it would start breathing. That was when I knew that I needed to leave. I was blaming a baby and wishing ill upon it, and that was not okay to do. I don't remember much about this time besides that it's mostly a blur otherwise. I saw service through my work to talk to a therapist, and I eventually came back to earth, and she helped me make a plan. At no point did I fear my husband. I truly believe the slap was one-off event. However, screw him. He doesn't deserve closure. On a night, he had a long Bible study. That's exactly what I would do. I would just leave in the middle of the night. On a night, he had a long Bible study. He always took his baby with him because he didn't trust me. I packed my essentials and dipped. I met him pretty quickly after college, so I did not have much to take as far as furnishings. I would have took the furniture too. I fit everything I wanted in 3 suitcases and 4 moving boxes. It all fit into my SUV after some mediocre Tetris skills. I was able to change my phone number online before I left, but I did leave the divorce papers under his pillow with my lawyer's contact info, kind of like the Tooth Fairy, but for adult a-holes. I was the breadwinner. In my stay, we were not married long enough for me to pay special maintenance. At least that is what my lawyer said. I own my vehicle outright. We had our own bank accounts and shared expense accounts. We filed taxes What taxes was he filing? He wasn't even working. We filed taxes separately and the church owns the house. He's being an A about it all, but I'm hoping it will be done soon. I got a decent apartment in a city a few hundred miles away. I've never lived in a city this big before. Everything is so expensive, but besides that, I like it. I find a new therapist, met some new friends, and found a new church with loving people. I still have my days, but for the most part, I'm content. I think it will always hurt on some level, but I'm working on taking my power back. I turn 30 next month, and I'm hopeful it will be the start of my best decade yet. Oh, I love stories with happy endings, and I love women who get out of their insecurities and actually thrive and don't let some loser, lame wannabe take them down a dangerous road. Because like when you're insecure and somebody is trying to take advantage of that and you don't snap out of it, the delusions anyways, you go down a rabbit hole and you're going to ruin your entire life. But what do you guys think of the story? Like, what would you do if your spouse, well, your husband, because obviously women can't just or what would you, as a woman, what would you do if your man came to you and said, yeah, I had a baby and the mommy died and I want you to take care of it because, we made a vow when we got married and God said that we got to take care. In that movie in Medea, Diary of Angry Black Woman, when she was, when Medea was telling the main character to boil the grits and throw at him, that's exactly what I would do. I would have boiled hot water, hot oil, hot grits, anything I can get my hand on. I would have, especially if he put his hands on me because I said I wasn't going to take care of his dead mistress's baby. I'm definitely going to throw that in his face because what gives people the audacity? Like, I've been reading Reddit stories for a year now, and it was one thing that never boggles my mind. It's like, what gives people these audacity? And I know damn well none of these majority of these stories aren't even fake because in real life people have these absolute no good for nothing audacities. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you do, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, be sure to to subscribe to it. I'm trying to seduce you guys into subscribing to my channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.